Hello everyone. I'm Professor Shruti K. Dikshit, Assistant Professor in Electronics and Communication Department, Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, Bhopal. Today, we are going to discuss modes of data transfer. First of all, we will see the meaning of this heading, modes of data transfer. As the communication is the transfer of information from one point to another point. For establishing the communication between the transmitter and receiver, how the data is transmitted through this transmission media, we will see under the heading of modes of data transfer. uh, this is the part of the input output organization. Input devices and output devices, means peripheral devices, input output interface, asynchronous data transfer methods, serial transmission methods, serial transmission, parallel transmission, then in serial transmission, asynchronous data transmission, synchronous data transmission, modes of transfer, priority interrupt, direct memory access, input output processor, and serial communication. Uh, Today our main motive is to discuss about the modes of transfer, but before switching to this modes of transfer, we will see what are the peripheral devices. Peripheral devices means input unit and output unit. Input units are keyboard, optical input devices, for example card reader, paper tape reader, barcode reader, digitizer, optical mark reader. Then magnetic input devices, magnetic stripe reader, screen input devices, light pen, touch screen, mouse. So these are the different examples of input devices. And output devices, printer, different types of printers, then plotter, then voice signals, CRT signals, then card puncher. These are the different examples of output devices, or we can call it as a peripheral devices. And inputs and output interfaces, it provides a method for transferring information between the internal storage such as memory and central processing unit registers and external input output devices. This interfaces, this it resolves the differences between the computer and peripheral devices. Peripherals means electromechanical devices, and the CPU and memories are electronic devices. And if we will see the comparison between the peripherals as well as internal storage, uh, CPU and memory. So these peripherals are speed is very slow, and it is CPU and memories are fast. It is generally unit of information. In case of peripherals are byte, here word, and in case of operating modes, the peripherals operating autonomous and or asynchronous, and here the CPU or memory operating modes are synchronous. Means synchronous means the there is a synchronization between the transmitter and receiver. And this is the input output bus and interface modules. Here the these input devices and output devices are connected to this processor via these different buses, as the bus is the group of connection wires to establish communication between the different units. For example, input output, then memory unit, central processing unit, arithmetic logic unit. This for establishing group of wires. So this is known as bus. And the bus is three types of buses are there: a data bus, address bus, and control bus. This all these input and output devices are connected to this processor via these different buses. The data bus is used to carry the data signals. Address bus for addresses carries address, and control signals and timing signals are carried by this control bus. These interface modules, these are the examples of PCI, IDE, RS-232, USB. These are the different examples of interface modules, and each peripheral has an interface module associated with it, and these are the different functions. Decoding the device address, then decodes the commands, provides signals for the peripheral controller, and synchronization of the data flow, and supervises it's the data transfer rate between peripheral and internal storage, for example CPU and memory. These are the different functions of this interface modules. And function codes or input output commands are control command, status command, input command, and output command. This is all about the input output bus and interface modules. The functions of buses: memory bus is for information transfer between CPU and the memory, and transfers information between the CPU and other input output devices through input output interfaces. There in some computers there is a common single bus system for both memory and input output interface in it. In von Neumann models there is a single bus system, but in case of von Neumann model, single bus system, and in means there is no separate memory. But here the Harvard model, there is a separate memory. Use one common bus but separate control lines for each function, and use one common bus with common control lines for both functions. Some computers uses separate buses. This is the example of Harvard model, and the upper one is the example of von Neumann model. As we have discussed in the previous video, that data transmission methods, serial transmission and parallel transmission. Here means we have to understand what is the meaning of modes of transfer. Means this parallel transmission means communication establishment. There is a need of communication media between transmitter and receiver, and the data is transmitted via these transmission lines or wirelessly, by two methods: parallel transmission and serial transmission. This parallel and serial for the wired media. This we have discussed. Parallel transmission, its advantage is speed and disadvantage is costly. Serial transmission, only single bus, or we can call it as a transmission media or a channel between the transmitter and receiver. 8 bits are sent one after another. These are the different example. Reduction in cost is the biggest advantage of this serial transmission, and the transmit. But the disadvantage is transmission is the speed of transmission is quite slow. Synchronous means clock synchronization of transmitter and receiver should be maintained. Here asynchronous, the data is transmitted in group of byte, means having one start bit and one stop bit. Here is the example of asynchronous transmission, the diagram: start bit and stop bit. Timing of signal is not an issue here, but there is a extra bit, start bit and stop bit is required in case of asynchronous transmission. Synchronous transmission, the transmission is in the form of frames, means in continuation, and the number of bytes are transmitted from one point to another point. But here the receiver's responsibility to separate out the data. Speed is the biggest advantage, and the timing is very important. Means synchronization, clock frequency should be maintained in case of synchronous transmission. This we have discussed in the previous YouTube lecture. Here the modes of transfer or data flow. This is the different topic from the data transmission methods. Here again the three types of data flow methods between transmitter and receiver: simplex transmission, half duplex transmission, and full duplex transmission. In case of simplex transmission, there is only one transmitter and one receiver. Here the transmitter only sends data and receiver only receives data. there is no rights, no rights are given to this means receiver to transmit the data. Means here the direct flow of direction of data is only in one direction, from transmitter to receiver. But in case of half duplex transmission, uh, one at a time transmission, if the sender is transmitting its data at the at that time, the receiver will receive data. There is no right given to this receiver to transmit the data at the same time. Means the direction of data at time one, and here the example direction of data at time, means the transmission rights are at different times. Here one at a means one at a time. Transmission is one at a time. Only one work will be done by the transmission or reception only. Both the transmission at the same time, reception is not possible in case of half duplex transmission. But in case of full duplex transmission, the data will be transmitted as well as received at the same time. Here the arrow indicates the indicates in both the direction, means direction of data all the time. Here the direction of in case of hard duplex, the direction of data arrow one work at a time, transmission or reception. But not it is simultaneous transmission and reception of data is possible in only full duplex case. uh, these are the examples of simplex mode, half duplex mode, and full duplex mode. In simplex mode, keyboard, mouse, then traditional monitor, GPS devices are the simplex modes. Then in case of television, we can include the television in case in simplex mode. Example, television is the best example of simplex transmission mode of transfer. The half duplex method of walkie talkie is the best example. Then entire bandwidth can be used for transmission, not suitable for high interactive applications. Full duplex example is mobile and telephone are the examples of full duplex transmission. So this is all about the modes of transfer of input output organization. Here we have discussed three methods: simplex transmission, then half duplex, and full duplex. We have discussed about the different examples of peripheral devices, input peripheral devices and output peripheral devices, and functions of interface modules. Thank you.